Chevy just teased the 2023 Colorado ZR2, and although this isn't the ZR2 behind me, let's go take a look at some of the things that I noticed from the video. So I'm gonna have the video up in the corner while I go ahead and watch it in live with you guys. I'll go ahead and pause it at points that I wanna point out in terms of the features and options and stuff that we notice with the next gen Colorado. So immediately we're greeted here with the front end of the new ZR2, and we notice quite a few things, not only with the next gen Colorado, but also the ZR2. So the Safari bar that is clearly disclaimed at the bottom says may block the front camera view or limits the camera field of view, which will inhibit the HD surround vision system. So this tells us that there's going to be an HD surround vision system available or standard on the next gen Colorado ZR2, and I presume the regular Colorado as well. This is a huge upgrade as the current generation only offers an HD rear vision camera as optional equipment. So surround vision, sweet to have here on the next gen Colorado. And we also see the Safari bar mounted proudly at the front of the vehicle. And I assume that's going to be a steel variant, and hopefully the bumper steel as well. But if you zoom in and look a little bit closer at the center of the front bumper, you can see that there's a fairlead mount, or what appears to be for a winch. So this looks to be a winch capable front bumper here on the ZR2, which is awesome to see. Definitely gives you Jeep Wrangler vibes with the steel bumper on the front end. On either side of the front bumper, you can see what appears to be fog lights, so hopefully those are LEDs. Moving on to the headlight design, you see the LED daytime running light for the next Colorado. Projector headlights, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're an LED version because that is not found on the current generation of the Colorado. Looks like halogen high beams, unfortunately, and incandescent turn signals located on the inside of the headlights towards the grille. So that's a little bit of a drawback. I would like to see full LED lighting on some of these next gen vehicles, but it is what it is. So moving on to the grille, we have the black bow tie present, as well as a straight rectangular shape overall with kind of a fade into the front color bumper. It's definitely a lot different than the current generation Colorado, and you can see on the far side towards the driver's side a little ZR2 badge on the front grille. So that is nice to see. I'm assuming this design language will carry on to other trims of the Colorado as well. Maybe not being a black grille, just a chrome or body color grille. But overall, it definitely looks a lot different than the current generation Colorado, and it's definitely a nice refresh. Now, if we rewind a few frames, we can see the off-road tire as well as a little bit of the fender and the front fascia again. So obviously we don't know what size tire it's going to be running. I would assume a minimum of a 33-inch tire. Hopefully it's like a 34, maybe a 35-inch tire. That'd be awesome to see on a truck like this. We see what appears to be a beadlock style or beadlock capable wheel. We can't tell from the video. I could see it just being a beadlock look-alike wheel, but it's definitely an aggressive wheel nonetheless. And we also see a little bit of the fender flares for the ZR2 with a little cutout on the front fender for a little design element that goes up onto the paint as well. So pretty cool to see all that. Definitely looks like a pretty aggressive truck, but let's keep going with the video. So next up, we see some of the rear end while the truck is going down what appears to be like a sand dune or something. We see heavy influence of the current gen Silverado with the taillight shape and everything like that. We see the tailgate with what appears to be a vinyl around the Chevrolet stamping in the tailgate. I believe it's going to be stamped again. We see the release handle for the tailgates built up top into the new design element. Hopefully it's electronically actuated like the Silverado, so you can control it inside the truck as well as the outside of the truck. We see what also is a sports bar mounted on top of the bed of the Colorado, so that's nice to see a returning sports bar. It looks like it goes all the way along the bed and mounts to the back as well. So that is a pretty cool design. It also has a light bar mounted on top. So good to see all that is still there on the Colorado ZR2. So pausing it here on the inside, you see the new steering wheel design with the new modern spoke design on the bottom. It's definitely still a 4-spoke design, just a little bit closer in the center of the bottom of the steering wheel. Looks a lot more modern. It looks like the switches and stuff on the steering wheel fit in with more of the new Chevy design, so that's all good. You also saw a bit of the cluster. Now that reminds me of the shape of the Silverado with the digital cluster. So maybe here on the Colorado we will also get a digital cluster. It definitely appeared that way to me, but that's just a little bit of a speculation because you can't actually see the cluster itself. So I'm just going by the bezel shape that there might be a digital cluster available here in the Colorado. So next up, we see the Colorado crossing a ridge top, and it's a little bit of a far view, but you can see the overall shape of the truck, and to me it looks very good. I know there's some people out there that don't think it looks that great, but I think it looks pretty good for a mid-size truck, especially in the ZR2 trim. And that's pretty much all we have from this teaser video, 7/28. So that means July 28th, we'll have more information at least on the ZR2 trim level, if not the Colorado as a whole. So hopefully Chevy releases all the 2023 Colorado information on that date as well, because it's definitely needed. And I'm excited to see the next gen Colorado. So let me know if I missed anything that you guys saw on this teaser video. I'll go ahead and link it down in the description below if you guys want to see it in full resolution. Overall, I'm very excited for the next gen Colorado, as this one's been around for quite some time. I actually remember when this current generation came out, and it's definitely done really well for Chevy and GM, but I'm really excited to see the next gen and all the upgrades they have done to the truck. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below and I'll definitely get back to you. If you guys are new, please consider subscribing and checking out some of the content that is currently available on the channel, including how-tos, Corvette C8 content, and a bunch of other automotive related stuff. So with all that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video.